Hey guys, this is Charles Yeager for Envato Tuts Plus. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Voltus After Effects preset that's available from Videohive. The Voltus preset is an After Effects preset that you can purchase from Videohive. It allows you to create some cool animated kind of lightning effects on your graphics and text inside of After Effects. It's really easy to use and essentially is drag and drop. And I'm just going to go over a few use cases of it with you today and how you can get more out of the effect. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Once you purchase and download the Voltus presets, you're going to download them, you're going to see some tutorials, you're going to see 4 different After Effects presets in here, and we need to install these into our After Effects presets folder. Let me go ahead and bring this up to show you where that's located. So on my computer, it's going to be under Documents, and you'll see a folder called Adobe, and then After Effects CC, and then whatever your version you're currently using. Then you'll see another folder called User Presets. In here is where we need to install the Voltus presets, and I'm just going to right click, I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call it Voltus. Now I'm going to bring back up the download folder, and I'm going to select each one of these After Effects presets. I'm just going to hold Control to select each one of them, and I'm going to drag and drop them inside of the Voltus folder we created. And so if I go ahead and double click in here, you should see all 4 of those presets. And now we can go ahead and jump into After Effects. Alright, once we're inside of After Effects, let's double check to make sure the Voltus presets were installed. We're going to come over here to the Effects and Presets window, and if you don't see that, you can open that through the window options there. I'm going to go over to Animation Presets, toggle that down, then under User Presets, and then we can see our folder there, Voltus. If I go ahead and check that down, we'll see all 4 of those presets there. So let's go ahead and create a composition and then apply one of these presets. So I'm just going to come over here and create a new composition. I'm going to make it 1920 by 1080, and that is the resolution that the Voltus presets are made for. That's the resolution they're going to work best at. You can have it be at whatever frame rate you prefer. I'm going to go ahead and rename this comp Demo. And I'm going to come down and click OK. And the first thing we need to do is we need to create a solid that we can apply some mask to, because the Voltus preset works on masks that we apply on our layers. So I'm just going to right click over here and go to New Solid. And I'm going to go ahead and name this solid Voltus. And we need to make sure we click Make Comp Size so that the solid is the same resolution as our 1920 by 1080 composition, and click OK. And now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select the Pen tool. It's probably going to be best if you have Roto Bezier right here checked on. It'll just make the animation or the curves a little bit smoother. And I'm just going to click outside here and just go ahead and kind of make a little twirl effect here. It's going to allow us to see the Voltus effect pretty easily. Then once I'm done, I'm just going to come back over here and select the Selection tool again. So now we have our mask applied to our solid. And I'm going to come over here, and to the Voltus presets, we have 4 different ones, but really there's only 2, because one version is a pseudo effect of each of these. So we have the regular Voltus effect, and then we have the Voltus sequence effect, which I'll cover a little bit later in the tutorial. But the main ones we want to use are the pseudo effects, and I'll go ahead and show you why that is. They're just laid out and kind of like a plug-in, makes them a lot more user-friendly. So I'm going to select Voltus pseudo effect, and I'm going to apply it to this solid. And you're going to get a warning that pops up like this, and this is always going to occur whenever you apply this effect. This is just something that's built into the pseudo effect. When you use that version, this warning will always pop up. Go ahead and click OK. The plugin will work just fine. And immediately the first thing you'll notice is our background now, our solid has disappeared, because that's part of the process with this. So I'm just going to come down here and check on to toggle the transparency just so we see a black background. Makes it a little easier for us to see. If you want to, you can add in your own background or whatever you like. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to check this first little triangle box down. That way it'll collapse all of those so we can see this a little bit easier. And you're going to see quite a few different effects that have been applied to our solid. And the only one we want to look at is the one right here, which says Voltus Controls. It may also say missing on your computer. Again, this is okay. Nothing's actually missing. It's just because we're using the pseudo version of the effect. So I'll go ahead and toggle this down. And we're going to see all these different options we have here for the Voltus effect. Now we can already see this animated if we want to. We'll go ahead and toggle down through the timeline. You're going to see the Voltus lightning bolt animation appear and go through over that mask. So you can see it's tracking perfectly with the mask. And if we wanted to, we could actually edit and change the mask, and you'll see it's going to change the position of the kind of Voltus lightning effect. One cool thing is it's automatically going to animate from the default, so you can see it's starting right off the bat, and wherever we move this layer to, if we want it to start later in time, we can just drag this down and it'll start at that point in time. So again, it's really simple and user friendly. I'm just going to move this back to the very beginning. Let's go ahead and look at the various controls we have here. I'm going to move this down so we can kind of see the effects that are happening. So we have 3 different colors. We have a main color, B, and C, and you can see that's what we have here. Orange, red, and blue. If we want to go ahead and change any of those, just click in here and I'll bring up the color picker and we can scroll through and change these to various colors. I'll change that to be a green effect, click OK, and I'll change the orange color here to be a white color and click OK. So it's really easy to change the colors if you want to. Next is the velocity. That's going to be how quick the lightning comes through. So you can see it goes all the way through and gets done about within 1 second here. If I go ahead and adjust the velocity, if I bring this down, you're going to see it's going to take the lightning a little bit longer over the course of the animation. So I'll go ahead and do a quick RAM preview of this now. And now we can see the Voltus animation comes through a little bit slower. And if we want to make that even longer, again, we can just pull down the velocity even more and increase the total time that it's on the screen. Next option we have is the length. And that's the actual length of the lightning bolt. You can see right now it's only set to 50%, so it's only going to cover up 50% of the mask at one time. If I go ahead and increase the length here, you can see it's going to continue to cover up more and more of the mask. And as I go ahead and move this forward in time, we're going to see that the actual length of the lightning, you can see how it covers up the entire mask and kind of just animates there in place. And that's because the length is longer than the actual mask here. We're at 128 for our value. And so you can have it kind of sit on the screen there and animate longer if you want it to using the length controller. Next we have the width. We can actually control the width of everything. You can see if I take it all the way down, it kind of disappears, or you can make the width of the bolt a lot larger. I think the smaller width gives it a little bit more of a stylized animation, looks a little bit better. Next we have the expand and contract, which is kind of like a choker on the overall effect. I can go ahead and adjust this and you can see how it'll make it a little bit bigger or it'll kind of choke in on the effect. I typically leave this as is. I think it looks pretty good at the default 0 value. Next we have a cool controller, which is delay. I'm going to set the length here back to 100 just so we can see this a little bit easier. But the delay is going to animate each one of the lightning bolts kind of in sequence. So if I go ahead and increase the delay here, you're going to see first we're going to get the blue bolt, and then followed by the green bolt, and then the white bolt. And you can adjust the delay if you don't want it to be that long. You can set it down to something like 10. You'll see it'll be a little bit slower here, where we have the blue, green, and then white kind of follow. So another way to add some variance to the animation. Next we have the spread, which is just going to spread out the 3 colors. Go ahead and increase this, and you can see how it's going to spread all 3 of those out. Then we have a random spread, which is going to do the same thing. It's just going to spread them out randomly if you want to kind of randomize how the spread looks. I'm going to go ahead and set the spread and the random spread back to 0. Next we have the distortion, which is going to control the actual distortion that's applied to each one of the lightning bolts. You can see as I increase that, we kind of get more and more of a warped distortion on everything. And if you don't want any distortion, you can bring it all the way down to 0, and you can see it's kind of more like straight lines there. Next we have the distortion amplitude, which again is just going to control the amplitude you can see of the distortion. Next we have the frames per second, which is really key if you want to give it kind of that stop motion look to everything. By default it's set to 16, and I think anywhere between 12 to 15 is probably ideal. I typically like to have this to be half the actual frame rate. So in this case, I'm using 24 frames per second in my comp, so I might set this as something like 12, and we can go ahead and see kind of the difference there with that. You can see again, it's just more kind of a stop motion-y look to the animation. Now there's quite a few creative uses you can do with the Voltus effect. Let's come over here to this other composition I've got. What I've got here is just some footage of my dog. And I've got 3 different Voltus effects applied on solids here. You can see I've got a mask here. I'll show you the mask, and you can see how the effect's going to kind of animate up. So you could kind of animate the bolts to go around objects and stuff like that on real world footage. I'll go ahead and do a quick RAM preview of this so we can kind of see what this looks like. So you can see it just kind of animating the lightning bolts around the dog like it's getting supercharged or something. But that's one of the uses you could do on real world footage. Let's take a look at another example on some text. So I've got a comp here with some basic After Effects text. And what I can do if I want the Voltus effect to animate around these text layers, I'm just going to right click on the text. And I'm going to come down here to create mask from text. And you're going to notice this created all these different masks and actually created a new solid layer. And it went ahead and disabled the visibility of that text layer, and that's fine. So what we can do is we can just come over here to the Voltus pseudo effect. I'm just going to select it, drag and drop it onto that new text outlines layer. And we're going to get that warning, which is okay. Click OK. And I'm going to toggle these all up here and then toggle down the bottom effect. But now if we go ahead and look at this, if I go ahead and scroll through this, you can see the Voltus effect is going to animate around all the text letters. I might come over here and actually decrease the velocity to 100 and increase the length here all the way to 100. And I'll do a quick RAM preview of this so we can kind of see this animate around the text. And there we go. We can see that come across the text. That looks pretty good. But again, if we wanted that to stick around on the text a little bit longer, we'd come over here to the length and actually increase this. I might bring this up to like 300. And that'll stick on the text there and animate a little bit longer before it disappears. Let's go ahead and RAM preview that. And as you can see, the look that that gives us, which looks pretty nice. Now, if we don't want the text letters to all appear at the same time, if we want them to appear one at a time, that's where the Voltus sequence effect is going to come into place. So I'm actually going to come over here and I'm going to delete everything that we've got on our text layer here. So we just have those mask outlines you can see right there. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab the Voltus sequence pseudo effect, and I'm just going to apply that now to our text outlines. And we'll get the warning, click OK, and I'm just going to toggle this up and open up the bottom controllers here. And now if I go ahead and start at the beginning, I scroll through this, you're going to see the lightning bolt's going to appear on the T first, then the E, and then the X, and then the T. And that's the sequence that it's referring to. So I'll go ahead and do a quick RAM preview of this. And so you can see it's each letter is occurring before the other, as opposed to all of them occurring at the same time with the Voltus pseudo preset. And again, we have the options over here with the length and velocity. Again, if you want those to stick around longer, just increase the length. And you can see as I do a quick RAM preview, those letters will stick on and then animate out individually. So it's really powerful to use it on text and kind of add your own customized flair to things really quickly, and I think it has quite a bit of production value. I could definitely see this being used in a lot of like commercials and accent videos, that kind of thing. Finally, I want to show you a couple more tips and tricks I've got here. So I've got another Voltus effect here on this solid, and I want to show you a couple things you can do to get even more out of the presets. So I'm going to come down here to this solid that I have the preset applied to, and you can see we have the Voltus controls here. We can actually stylize this even more by applying other After Effects effects that are native to After Effects on top of the Voltus effect. So the first one I want to show you is I'm just going to select the layer with Voltus applied to it. I'm going to come up here to Effect, and I'm going to come down to Stylize, and I'm going to select the CC Block Load effect. And immediately it's going to disappear, but if we go ahead and increase the completion over here, you're going to see we get this retro kind of pixelized result. So if I go ahead and scroll through here, you can see you get this cool kind of pixel-esque animation. And all we had to do was apply the CC Block Load effect on top of the Voltus preset. I'm going to go ahead and delete that now and show you another one you can do. You can also apply the roughen edges to this. So I'll come over here to Effect, and we'll go down to Stylize and find roughen edges. And you're going to see this kind of gives you more of a liquid-like effect as opposed to the lightning look. And I'll go ahead and increase the border size here. You can see again, it's kind of looking more like kind of paint gloops. And we can go ahead and RAM preview this. And you can see it just adds a little bit of different element to the look. And again, that was really easy to do using the roughen edges applied on top of the Voltus preset. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete the roughen edges effect. And finally, let's apply a glow to this. So I'm going to come to Effect, and we'll come down to Stylize one more time and just select Glow. And we can come over here and increase the glow radius. And we can toggle the threshold and make a few adjustments with this. And you can get kind of this, you know, more of a lightning-like aesthetic on the Voltus preset. Definitely gives things kind of like that anime animation look. And it's super easy using the preset and just drag and drop. So that'll get you up and running really quickly. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoy this introduction to the Voltus preset that is available from Videohive. This has been Charles Yeager for Envato Tuts Plus. Thanks for watching.